resume.
Hi, Coach. First of all, congratulations on a great tenure. So my first question is, what is the best thing to have happened in this Virat Kohli, Ravi Shastri era? It could be result, development, or anything you wish to answer.
I mean, just the quality of cricket this team has played over the last 5 years across all formats. The performances are there for everyone to see. When you perform in that fashion, where you go across the globe, across all formats and beat teams, then you know you're part of one great cricket team. And I'm not saying a great cricket team, India, I'm saying one of the great cricket teams in the history of the game. Because if you look at those kind of performances, they don't happen often. You've got to have a bunch of players who are fit, hungry, fearless, have the quality, have the belief, and then to stay fit so that you can play those 5 years together and go across the globe and perform everywhere. I mean, if you look at, if you want the real highlights, nothing beats Australia. England, we are up in the series. It'll be the longest time we'll be up in the series, till next year. I might be commentating on that game, for all you know. But I'll keep that 1 year, it feels good. But white ball everywhere. You beat West Indies in the West Indies, you've beaten Sri Lanka and Sri Lanka, good team. So all round, it's been fabulous. Yes, we are disappointed with the result in the first 2 games here. And let's be honest, I'm not here to make any sort of excuses. We lacked the daring in the second game against New Zealand. I know the toss was important, and as you've seen in the last 3 games, how important it is. And I do feel it will continue to be important, though not as much now as the weather has cooled down a bit. But still, so it's something for the boys to learn, and they'll get an opportunity again next year, because not often you have World Cups in 12 months. So hopefully, they'll go and kick some butt there.
रवि, ड्रेसिंग रूम तेरे लिए तो एक घर जैसा है. तू पहले भी ये घर का हिस्सा रहा है एज अ प्लेयर. अब कोच बन के आपने 5 साल ये काम किया है. तो पहला टेन्योर ये टेन्योर में फ़र्क क्या था? कितना चैलेंजिंग था? आपने सोचा था उससे ज़्यादा कितना चैलेंजिंग था ये कोच का हिस्सा? और ये अब फिर से छोड़ने के लिए आपके दिल में क्या है?
मेरे ख्याल में मैं जब पहला टीम के साथ था वो 2007 में था. वो तो सिर्फ 1 महीने के लिए था. उसके बाद में 2014 में आया. तो मेरे ख्याल में मैं एक्चुअली 7 साल हूँ उधर. सिर्फ नाउ प्लेयर और कोच ड्रेसिंग रूम तो वही होगा. लेकिन मेरे ख्याल में जो मुझे जॉब सेटिस्फैक्शन मिला है ये काम से, वो बहुत बढ़िया है. क्योंकि कोई एशियन टीम ऑस्ट्रेलिया को हराया नहीं था 70 साल में. हमने 2 बार हराया, और वो मामूली बात नहीं है. वो तो दुनिया को पता है, कोई भी कंट्री से पूछो उनको पता है. और फिर इंग्लैंड में परफॉर्मेंस, फिर वाइट बॉल का इंप्रूवमेंट, स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ फील्डिंग का इंप्रूवमेंट, जो वर्ल्ड क्लास प्लेयर्स बने रास्ते पे. अगर देखा जाएगा ये टीम में काफ़ी वर्ल्ड क्लास प्लेयर्स थे. अगर आप 2014 में जब मैं डायरेक्टर बना टीम का, वो सब सेम चीज़ है भाई. डायरेक्टर, कोच, ये वो तुम लोग अलग अलग नाम देता है, मेरे लिए तो वही है. तो काफ़ी चीज़ हो चुके हैं. लेकिन अगर आप मुझसे पूछा कि क्या आप चाहते थे वो टाइम पे, तो ये टीम से मैं ये बोलूँगा कि ये टीम ने ओवर अचीव किया. जो मेरा सोच था उससे ज़्यादा चले गए. वो एक ही चीज़ मिसिंग है, वो है आईसीसी टूर्नामेंट. उनको चांस मिलेगा. अभी राहुल द्रविड़ आया कोच. I wish him all the luck. He's a great player. He's got the stature. He's done the yards as a coach to further take this team, over the next few years and raise the bar. So I wish him all the luck for that.
Hi, Coach. We've often heard this team say that they have each other's backs and also seen them stand up for each other in criticism. Is it something that you saw organically develop in this outfit, or was it something you and Virat actively worked towards achieving?
We actively worked towards this. We wanted trust in that dressing room. That's the only way you can get each other's back. We needed communication. We needed no finger pointing, at each other. We needed the word "I" to be thrown into the dustbin, and the word "we" coming in, and created a culture that had to be obeyed and followed. And with Virat leading the way, he's been one of the great ambassadors for the games, especially when you look at red ball cricket, the way he's embraced it. And it's allowed other players in the team to follow suit. You got to give credit where it's due. So it's a team culture which was impressed upon the team to follow, and they followed it to the hilt. They played fearless cricket around the globe. And one thing I would say, this is not an excuse, but this is a fact. When you're 6 months in a bubble, this team, there are a lot of players in this team who play all three formats of the game. And in the last 24 months, they've been home for 25 days. I don't care who you are. If your name is Bradman, if you're in a bubble as well, your average will come down because you're human. This is not where something you just put petrol in the backside and then expect the guy to move on, in overdrive. It doesn't happen that way. So I think it's tough times. That's why I say, in life, it's not what you accomplish. It's what you overcome. And that's what this team has done. They've shown the drive to hang in there, no complaints, but sooner or later, the bubble will burst. So you've got to be careful.
Coach, you touched upon the bubble fatigue factor. Just taking that on, from a management perspective, did you try and reach out to the administration in order to possibly get some sort of a break for some of these guys ahead of a World Cup? Or is it impractical to expect a World Cup being prioritized over IPL? I understand that the times
that's not my job. First of all, it was already done. That is something I'm sure the administrators, not just from India, from BCCI, it's the others around the globe who will also be looking at it to, before big tournaments, to ensure that there is a little bit of gap so that the guys are mentally fresh and ready to play.
And in the last 5 years, have you actively worked on, or has Indian cricket reached a stage wherein if a player actually wants a break, he can raise his hand and can come back and grab his place back?
Absolutely. The communication has been free. We've managed players, especially with their training methods and everything. And it's one thing, we were never short on communication. Everyone was free to speak. No one was treated as a junior. There was no senior and junior on this side. Everyone had the freedom to express himself. And I think it's been one heck of a journey for me, personally. I know it's my last day in the dressing room. I just spoke to the boys. But I'd like to thank the BCCI, for giving me this opportunity, believing that I could do the job. And, I wish the coach coming after me all the luck. And I must thank in this also, all the committees that were there in picking me as the coach, including, Vinod Rai and his team for some time, the COA. So I'd like to thank all of them because they were all part of the journey. But one man I'd like to give special mention to. His name is N. Srinivasan. He was the man who insisted that I do this job in 2014. In fact, I didn't have the belief I could do this job. He seemed to have more belief in my ability than I had. And I hope I haven't let him down. So if, sir, you're listening, I got the opportunity and I did my work without any agenda.
We'll take a few questions on Zoom now. Yeah. Shamik Chakravarti.
Hi, Ravi bhai. Congratulations on a great journey. Ravi bhai, do you agree that Indian cricket is a little too obsessed with World Cups and winning tests in England and Australia would trump any ICC titles?
I wouldn't know how to answer that. For me, everything is important. If you're playing a big tournament, a big series, you play to win. So it's not happened this time. But it will happen another time for this team. They're far too talented not to get something going or get something in big trophy in the hand soon. Just like they did in Australia twice, they're up in England now. The way they played white ball cricket in bilateral series. So somewhere down the line, things should go their way. The rub of the green should go their way.
Srinivas Rao, you had raised hand, but I can't see you. If you're there, you can go ahead. If not, Rasesh Mandani and then Kushan.
No, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm here. Ravi, a word on Bharat Arun's contribution as bowling coach of this Indian team. What we have seen post 2018 since the tour of South Africa, and the kind of bowling unit that this team has, kind of gone on to put in place, arguably the best in the world. Fine is probably one of the, bowling attacks that India has seen. Your thoughts on Arun?
See, I call him the guru of that department, and him and Sridhar have done an outstanding job. But I'll come first to Bharat Arun. He's been in the coaching space for almost 20 years now, if not more. And not only that, he's coached a lot of coaches. He's conducted a lot of courses, he's certified a lot of coaches, and then come to do this job. And that's the prime reason I picked him, because I wanted to pick people from my stable, which is the NCA, right? And I happened to be the chairman there for some time when a system was put in place. And that's the time guys like Sridhar and Arun came into the fold with Dave Watmore there, And his, I think, biggest plus point is his ability to communicate with the bowlers. He will not change anyone's technique for the sake of it unless he has a solution or unless he explains to the guy why he should do it. No, for the sake of doing it, he won't. He instilled professionalism in a unit by his communication skills to let them know that this is what we expect from a bowling team, not a bowling individual. Now, that is not easy. So that is something specific that he did. He ensured that that happened. And then I'll go to Sridhar, who I think is one of the best fielding coaches in the world. He is outstanding. All I had to tell him was, I want this to be one of the best Indian fielding sides ever. That was my diktat to him, and I said in every match I want to see the bar raised. There was no messing around. It had to be done. And similarly with Arun, as far as professionalism came to bowling as a unit. It took time, but it happened. Hence the results.
Ravi, a couple of questions from my side. Firstly, which are the areas where you see India's T20 team needing to improve looking ahead and lead up to the next World Cup? And the next one, with Virat's decision to give up T20 captaincy, India will have separate captains for separate formats. How do you see that panning out?
I think it's not such a bad thing because of the bubble and because of the amount of cricket being played. The players need to be rotated around and given the space they need to spend some time with their families, see their parents. Because like I say, when a guy doesn't go home for 6 months, he might have his family with him. But if he's got parents and other family and you don't get a chance to see them, it's not easy at all. So I think it's not such a bad thing. And I think in Rohit, you've got a very capable guy. He's won so many IPLs. He's the vice captain of this side. He's ready in the wings, to take that job. And as far as the T20 team goes, I think we'll always have a strong team. We might have not won this World Cup, but I think going forward, you'll continue to have a very strong team because the IPL throws a lot of young players, into the mix. And Rahul will have his own ideas on how to take this team forward, and I see it still being a very good team.
We'll take last few questions. Kushan Sarkar, Prakash from Crickbus, and then Venkat Krishna.
Hi, Ravi bhai.
Yeah.
My question is, looking at Hardik Pandya, how it panned out, his fitness and everything during this World Cup, do you see a space for a few more all-rounders probably so that there is not much over-dependence on probably one guy like Hardik Pandya?
No, I think it always helps when you have, one or two players in the top order who can bowl. We've always had that in the past. Unfortunately, we don't have too many now, so that might be the way to go. to ensure that in the top 6 you have a couple of guys who can roll their arm over, even if it's 4 overs between them, that will help.
Ravi, in the lead up to the 2016 T20 World Cup, the Indian team played a lot of series together. Like they had a lot of time to get the team to play together in a lot of series. That's something that's not happened before this particular event. Do you think that has had an impact on the performances? They have played IPL, but it's not been together.
See, you can the cricket itinerary is so packed that you can do only one thing at a time. So at least they played some T20 cricket in the IPL. I just wish the gap was a little more. That's it.
Coach, this is Venkat here. What is the one thing that you're going to miss going forward? And what is one thing that you think was missing in the during your tenure?
I don't think anything. I don't look at the missing parts. I look at the part. There were 10 missing parts when I took the job. Now there are only 2. So that someone, or 1, so that someone else can fill in the future. I'm happy with the 9 I got. I would have been very disappointed if I'd filled only 2 parts and 8 were vacant.
Final question from the group here.
Coach, you have seen some great highs and lows as well in your career. But on emotional quotient, how emotional is this particular day for you?
Very emotional because I've been part of this team for 7 years. They're a great side. I'm telling you, you don't say that too often. It's one of the great sides to have played, cricket at the highest level in the history of the game, when you look all round. So let's not take anything away from that. And for me to be part of that journey with the boys and for the boys to respond and raise the bar in that fashion, leaves you going from the dressing room emotional, but a very proud man.
Thank you very much, everyone. That concludes today's press conference. Thank you.
I have in the cricket press box from tomorrow. Yeah.